So guys, once again, welcome back. Today we're going to explain the story of episode 4 of One Piece. If you haven't watched the previous episodes yet, their playlist link is available in the description. At the beginning of this episode, we see Usopp, who is now confronted by the Navy. Jim is also present. Usopp tries to tell Kobe that a pirate named Klahadore has entered the home of his best friend Kaya. However, the Helam interrupts and says, "Why should we believe you? You've been lying since childhood. My father has already killed him long time ago, and we never trusted you then either." Kobe then tells them, "He's wasting our time. We should move forward and catch that thug." Usopp insists, "Luffy is also there. I know him and all our lives are in danger. I can't defeat them alone." Kobe finally agrees and says, "Then let's go. Take us there." Inside Kaya's house, we see Nami searching for Luffy in the kitchen. She finds Luffy unconscious, and Nami is trying to wake him up, but Luffy doesn't move. Suddenly, they hear that Klahadore and his men are approaching. Nami hides in the kitchen. When Klahadore and his men arrive, they learn that Luffy is lying in the kitchen. One of the goons explains, "We poisoned the soup that was specially prepared for him. Luffy drank that soup, and that's why he's lying there." Klahadore then angrily orders, "Clean this mess up, and throw his body in the same well where we dumped the others." Meanwhile, the Navy arrives outside the house. Jim and Kobe are with them. Klahadore opens the door and the Navy says, "We heard there's a pirate here, and that pirate is you." A young man steps forward and replies, "If I were the pirate, I'd have fled by now. But I'm standing right in front of you." The Navy insists on checking the house. Klahadore allows it and says, "Come back tomorrow morning." When asked about Luffy, Klahadore replies, "Yes, a boy named Luffy passed out inside. He came here to steal." He then orders his men to bring Luffy out and hands him over to the Navy, who then take Luffy away. Meanwhile, Onshop escapes from there and goes straight to Kaya to reveal the truth. "Klahadore is planning to kill you and take over your entire property." At first, Kaya doesn't believe him, thinking Luffy and his friends are just thieves. But when he calmly explains everything, she gets emotional and says, "Lador raised me like his own. He cared for me. And you're accusing him." She then asks him to leave. At midnight, Klahadore and his men surround the house and he declares, "Seal off the entire house. No one can stop me now. Kaya, now I'll show you my true self, because you've finally turned 18. Just then, Nami arrives and tells Kaya the full truth, how Klahadore conspired against her and injured her two friends. Kaya finally starts to believe them. Outside, Lador appears and angrily says, "Kaya, tonight I will end you. I've waited years for this moment." He breaks down the door, but finds that Kaya is no longer there. She, along with Nami and Usopp, has escaped through a secret passage to a hidden basement. Meanwhile, in a well, Zoro regains consciousness. He finds himself trapped deep inside with his swords nearby. He tries to climb out but fails due to the depth. As he lies there, he recalls a moment from his past, training with a girl named Kuina 50 years ago. They used to spar with wooden swords, and Kuina would always win. She once told Zoro, "You focus too much on brute strength. I always beat you because you lack technique." Zoro responded, "I can't train with wooden swords forever. If I had a real sword, I'd beat you." The next day, Kuina did duel Zoro with a real sword and still won. Zoro admitted, "I don't think I'll ever beat you. I want to become the world's greatest swordsman." Kuina replied, "You will be. Girls can be brave too, but will never be physically stronger than boys. As I grow, my hands will stay small. I'll never become a great swordsman." They made a promise to each other to become great swordsmen one day. But shortly afterward, Kuina died, leaving Zoro heartbroken. He kept her sword and always carries it with him. Motivated by her memory, Zoro finds a way to climb out of the well. Meanwhile, Kobe is transporting Luffy when Luffy regains consciousness and starts vomiting. Kobe says, "I've been ordered to deliver you." Alvida appears and says, "My grandfather always said, catching a pirate, dead or alive, means the same." At this point Zoro arrives. Just seeing him terrifies Helen, one of the guards. Zoro takes Luffy and they head back to Kaya's house. Inside the house, Nami, Zoro, and Usopp find a hidden photo of Kaya's father and discover a machine that can deactivate the house's entire security system and open the exit. But Klahadore finds out they're in the basement and rushes there. Kaya, Nami, and Usopp must hide again. Klahadore searches furiously, yelling, "Kaya, today you must die. I cared for you, gave you daily sedatives to keep you weak. I could have killed you long ago, but I waited for you to turn 18. And now that wait is over." At this point, Luffy and Zoro enter the house. But the security is strong and breaking in is difficult. Inside, they're attacked by 2 of Klahadore's men. The fight is tough, these men are incredibly strong. They even seize Zoro's swords. But Zoro fights back with all his might, recovers his swords, and defeats the attackers. They start searching for Kaya, Nami, and Usopp. Meanwhile, Kaya is enraged by what Klahadore said and confronts him, but he captures both her and Nami. He says, "Do you think it's that easy to stop me?" Usopp also tries to save them, but Klahadore punches him and knocks him down. Then Luffy arrives, and now he's at full strength. Klahadore swings at him, but Luffy dodges with incredible speed. He focuses all his strength and punches Klahadore in the face, injuring him badly. Then a young man captures Klahadore and throws him out the window. Everyone is finally safe. Outside the house, Nami says, "We need to leave quickly, the Navy is still after us." Luffy replies, "But we don't have a ship." Kaya, having overheard everything, offers her ship to them. It's the same one Luffy liked. She says, "This ship was built by my friend Mary." Luffy names the ship Going Merry. Before they leave, Luffy asks Usopp to join them, saying, "We'll need someone to take care of the ship." Usopp hesitates and says, "I can't leave Kaya behind." Kaya tells him, "I can take care of myself. You always dreamed of a long journey. That journey begins now." She kisses him and says, "When you return, tell me about your incredible adventures." And so Nami, Zoro, Luffy, and Usopp set sail together. Luffy, overjoyed, says to Nami, "See? I told you we'd succeed." Nami replies, "Don't think every path will be this easy." Meanwhile, Captain Kuro is seen in a small boat under the sea, having barely survived Luffy's attack. He says, "Luffy escaped us again." But suddenly, he sees Luffy's ship in the distance. Then another ship appears. It's the Navy. And with this, the episode ends. I hope you all enjoyed the explanation. See you soon with more web series content. Until then, stay happy and take care. Thank you for watching.